Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I'm going to use my bolster or cushion a little bit today. You're going to need a little bit of space to move as well, and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down, and if you do have something to lay on, you can grab it, but you can also lay flat on your back if you prefer. You might make a diamond shape with your legs to get into your hips, or place your legs in a different position. But just lay down, most importantly. Close your eyes, maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And then take a deep breath in and out, softening through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and out, softening through the legs and the hips. And take one more deep breath in and out. Just allowing yourself to slow down your day. Maybe finding some stillness throughout the body. Checking in with how you are feeling so far today. Maybe noticing if different areas of your body are feeling some extra love today. Maybe you can relax in those places just a little bit more. And as you begin to settle in, maybe setting any thoughts that are on your mind off to the side. Put all of your focus into the next breath that you take. Feel the air coming into your body. Feel it coming back out. And whenever you feel ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe take a deeper breath in and out again as you start to move your body a little bit more. Eventually, your feet will plant on your mat and your knees will be bent. And if you happen to be laying on top of something, you can sit up just enough to slide it out. Move any sort of props off to the side. Come back down onto your back. You can either keep your feet planted or maybe your knees will come towards your chest a little bit more. You could hug your knees in. Maybe add a gentle rock side to side, massaging through the low back. You might start to open the knees up a little bit here. Maybe the big toes will stay together and the knees will come nice and wide like you're in child's pose, but on your back. If you want to float the feet up higher and hold on to them, you might find happy baby. We're just encouraging your low back down into the mat. How do your hips feel when you do that? Making your spine nice and long. And if you have your feet out wide, let them fall back together. Maybe the big toes touch. If your knees are out wide as well, you can guide them back through center. Maybe give them a hug. Maybe another rock side to side if you'd like. And then you can decide if you will be rolling over to one side or rocking yourself forwards. But we're going to come all the way up onto our hands and knees. And once you get there, spread your fingers nice and wide. Maybe give your hips a little rock side to side. And then use an inhale to drop your belly down to your mat. Lift your chest. Maybe lift the chin and hold it here as you arch through the back. Maybe turn your elbow creases to face forwards. Maybe even look just a little higher. Maybe just close your eyes. Stay for an inhale, and then as you exhale, you can round your spine. Push into your palms, try to create some space between your shoulder blades. Give your belly a squeeze, hold it here. Tuck your chin towards your collarbone. How does your upper back feel as you try to create that space between your shoulder blades by pushing into the palms a little? Let an inhale, drop your belly back down. Won't hold it as long this time. Lift your chest, maybe the chin, arching through the back. Just one more inhale here, and then an exhale to round through the spine again. Squeeze your belly button in. Open up between the shoulders. Beautiful, you guys. Let an inhale bring you back to just a nice flat back. You can cross your ankles and then sit down. We're going to be bringing our right leg out in front, our left foot to our inner thigh. Take an inhale to lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, start to tip forwards over that right leg. Maybe your hands rest on either side of it. Maybe you walk your hands down towards your foot, or maybe even past your foot. You might point your toes up, wake up the leg a little bit. But let your shoulders fall from your ears. And if you were tipping forwards here, use an inhale to find your way back up. We're just going to turn towards the left side a little bit. So if you wanted to scooch that left leg back slightly, think of maybe half a straddle. Your right leg might not move much, but the left one might. And you might be facing the left side now with that right leg still out nice and long. And you can kind of support yourself with your fingertips maybe on your mat. You can stay nice and tall. You might feel your inner leg more here. And if you wanted to start to lean over towards your right leg and maybe add a side stretch here, you can lean over a little. I like to point my toes up, that right leg, wake it up. You can start to look up if the left arm wants to reach up. Reach up. Maybe sweep your arm towards your ear. Look to the fingertips perhaps. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale to find your way back up, sitting nice and tall, and then maybe just taking a twist here. See if your chest wants to turn towards that left knee a little more. You can use your hands on the floor, on your leg to support you. Keep that right leg where it is. Point those toes up. And then use an inhale to find your way back, all the way so that you're facing that right leg again. We're going to send our left leg out long. You can give your knees a little shake if you'd like, even hug your knees towards your chest if you wanted. But eventually switching sides with the left leg out long and the right foot on that inner thigh. Taking an inhale to lengthen the spine. Stay sitting tall, or let the exhale bring your chest down a little bit or a lot. Just breathe here as you soften a little bit more. Your chest might just get a little heavier. You might continue to flex the left foot, pointing those toes up. Maybe you'll walk your hands towards your foot or past your foot, bringing some extra length into the upper body. Using an inhale, if you are folding forwards, to rise back up, turning your chest towards the right side, maybe moving a little bit here with that right leg to find more of a half straddle. That left leg, maybe it moves slightly, but you might also start to feel that inner leg. Support yourself, lengthen your spine, soften your shoulders. And if you wanted to maybe start to tip over towards the left side, I encourage you to keep your toes pointing up. Just see how the body feels as you maybe tip over to the side. Maybe it doesn't feel good for you today. Keep your spine long, sit tall. If that right arm does want to reach up though, you can reach up, straight up above you, or maybe you will sweep your arm towards your ear and gaze to the fingertips. And then using an inhale to find your way back up, and maybe starting to take the chest and turn it towards the right side a little bit. Maybe the left hand moves to the knee. And then slowly finding your way back so that you're facing that left leg again. And you can send your right leg out too. Maybe bend your knees, give them a hug. A rock side to side if you'd like. We'll be making our way back into tabletop. So you can come onto your hands and knees again. Maybe give your hips a gentle rock side to side if you need to shake things out a little. And then reaching your arms out in front. Spread your fingers wide, push into your palms, send your hips high, and melt your chest down for puppy dog. Maybe your forehead can come all the way down to your mat. Softening through your shoulders. Maybe your chest can come all the way down to your mat. And then with an inhale, slowly lift back up. Walk your hands under your shoulders. You might bring your knees together and start to tuck your toes under for a lovely toe squat. If you'd rather sit on your heels or even stand on your knees, you can do that too. But if you're able to free up your hands, they can stay down on your mat. Take some of the weight out of the feet. But maybe they will rest in your lap. Maybe you will close your eyes. And maybe you will let your chin tip down towards your collarbone. Bringing some length into the back of the neck. And if your hands are available and free to move, they might find your low back. Let your palms face away from you. Maybe you will hold your wrists instead, or your forearms. Maybe you are holding your elbows. And if your chin is tipping down, let's start there. Use an inhale to lift it back up. How are your feet feeling? If your hands or your arms are behind you, also bring them back down. Come off of your toes. Give them a shake, a nice little love tap. That one never gets easier. You can cross your ankles again though, sitting back down. We're gonna do one more shoulder opener here. So you can bend your knees, widen your feet. You might tuck your elbows between your knees. Bring your hands to rest on your arms or your shoulders. Feel free to do one arm at a time. If you want to come for that full chicken wing position with the arm, take one of your hands. The top of that hand is going to rest on your side. So your palm is facing out. Then duck your elbow in. You can do one arm at a time, or you can do both. We won't be here too long. I'll let you know when to switch sides though. If you're able, let your head kind of tip forwards. Soften through the back of the neck. Maybe give your knees a gentle squeeze together for a little extra. And if you are doing one hand or arm at a time, you can slowly switch sides. Take a breath. Soften your shoulders. And then to slowly come out of this, just open your knees a little. Slide your elbows out, or maybe it's just one elbow. Find a comfy seat. Add a shoulder roll in if you'd like. Close your eyes. Lengthen your spine. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Find your breath. Maybe we'll stay just like this for a little longer. Or you can interlace your fingers in front of your chest. Push your palms away from you. Kind of pull the shoulders forwards. Tuck your chin back to your collarbone. Give your belly a squeeze. And then let an inhale bring your arms up above your head. Maybe lift the chin. Push your palms up and away. Stay for an inhale. And then as you exhale, release your arms all the way down. And maybe take another shoulder roll. Awesome work, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Feel free to spend a few moments in Shavasana. Feel free to carry on with the rest of your day. But thank you for being here. And until next time, namaste.